and welcome everyone to the AEC Rainbow Six Minor League here on day 8 of Season 3. I am BluePanda, joined again by Sam. Sam, how are we doing going into this night where we're going to get to see Monarch versus Mentos and Skyfire versus Plague? I mean, Skyfire is touted as one of the teams that could take this whole competition.
Yep, they've shown themselves as a force to be reckoned with so far. However, there are more than one team in this competition, so we will not know until it reaches that point.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to be... They've already done the map bans. They've burned through it actually quite quickly. It is Monarch picking up Border First, Clubhouse, Coastline, the Villa, and Theme Park were banned out. Unfortunately, once again, we're not going to see any Theme Park. Consulate was the second map pick, so Mentos have picked that one up, and the decider is going to be Cafe Dostoevsky. And again, in rather interesting fashion, it's going to be Monarch attacking on every single map. I mean, in a lot of these maps, which are touted to be defend-decided, this could be an interesting one.
Yep, and I think when you select your map, and obviously the other team gets to choose whether they attack or defend first, I think you wouldn't choose that map if you were confident in either attacking or defending. So I definitely think that Team Monarch have something up their sleeves.
Yeah, I hope so. And I mean, obviously with the changes that have gone through the latest patch, we've seen some unfortunate results for the likes of Buck, Jaeger, Goyo. They've suffered just a wee bit, as well as Mozzie losing that super shorty. But I mean, the one thing that we did see is that extra Candela in the back pocket of Ying, so that's a lot of utility available on her, and especially on a map like Border, where you can play around the Monty if you want to. It's going to make for some interesting plays tonight if any of the teams have picked up on that.
Yep, and as you said, we might even see the possibility of a Warden here. Ying's got those smokes now, as well as those 4 Candelas. There could be the option for the smoke plant on the part of Team Monarch. So perhaps the Warden.
Yeah, I mean, when there's that many flashes and the smokes available, the back pocket of Ying, what is it? One of the most obvious counters. It is that Warden being able to see through the smokes and endure those flashes would be an interesting one to see picked up by a lot of teams. It makes sense, but in saying that, it's not really an operator that a lot are focusing on prioritizing.
Yes. So we've seen a lot of varied play from Mentos over the last couple of days that they've played in. Definitely slightly on the weaker side as our AEC teams come, but they have shown themselves to really pull off some great executes and get some fantastic shots off.
I mean, look, let's be honest. Their first match was against Skyfire, a team which they're not near top of the OCE scene, but they are up there playing and scrimming against some of these very, very good teams. And the fact that they were able to take 3 rounds away from Skyfire in their opening series does say a lot for them. Monarch also won 2-1 when they played as well. And, I mean, this could be the more even of the 2 series that we're going to see tonight. Plague going to be playing Skyfire in the second one. Plague also lost against Monarch as well, going down 7-3, 7-2 on Coastline and Clubhouse. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see even fewer rounds being picked up by Plague there. I'm definitely keen to see what Monarch and Mentos can bring to the board going into the series tonight. I mean, like I've said this time and time again, Sam, I'm a big fan of those the 3-map series. It's that extended play. It makes it a little bit closer and it can go the distance. So it would be interesting to see what is going to be happening. But obviously, heading to Border First, there are infinite possibilities right now, especially with Buck just being a little bit worse for wear, having the frag grenades taken away from him. They were confiscated by Teacher. Now he has the Claymore instead. So like we were talking about this earlier, he can now protect his own flank. Having that Claymore in the back pocket means that he can keep himself alive a little bit longer, deny a little bit of roam as well. So, I mean, it's still very, very relevant.
Yep, and especially with that Mozzie nerf that you were talking about, it might mean that a few of the defender loadouts have to be tweaked a bit more. They can't rely on Mozzie to terraform, for lack of a better word, terraform the site as well as he used to. He obviously still does have that Nitro cell, but that's quite valuable on a map like Border where vertical play is key.
I mean, let's be honest, almost the entirety of Border, the building that they do play in, is quite destructible as well. There's infinite possibilities. We saw a pretty sick triple kill coming out the other night of play on Wednesday. Was the bandit throwing the nitro cell through that destructible wall on the side of Archives, being able to pick that up after it was thrown deep. And I mean, Monty has been picked up a couple of times and around that Archives Armory bomb site. It can make for the belt to plant with the diffuser and can be quite hard to deal with, but it looks like everyone is in the lobby. We will be getting started momentarily. Sam, what are we going to be expecting out of these teams? What would be, if you're the coach, what bomb site would you send them to first? Would you opt for maybe something a little bit different, test their limits, see where their strengths are, or would you just go for the standard play?
Personally, I'd probably opt them to go customs. It's definitely one of the tertiary sites for most teams as they play it, which I think is exactly why they should go there and catch them off guard. Definitely one for more unorthodox tactics.
Yeah, most definitely. And we are going to be getting into operator bans. I mean, I could almost call it now. Maverick, Thatcher are probably going to be prioritized in terms of attack. And Mira and Echo on the defense. I would like to be proved wrong here. There we go, Thatcher. I'm already 1-for-1 so far. See if I've got these predictions down. It is going to be Monarch with that second attacker ban. Who is it going to be?
As you said, it could indeed be the Maverick, but we might also see a Thatcher, a Thermite or Hibana ban. Just limit the options of the hard breaches a tiny bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be the Nomad. So that Roams and Isle now going to be taken off the board by Monarch, interestingly enough, considering they are playing attack in this first half. So obviously, someone on Mentos does play it very well. I would imagine that's probably more of a target than anything. Coming into defender bans, I mean, really, is there any standard deviation from the likes of the Mirror and the Echo?
Apparently not, with Monarch choosing to ban that Mirror. As we've said in the past, she's just one of those operators that really quite annoying to play against, and you have to really play a particular strategy to counter her, and it's a bit of a waste.
Yeah, and it is going to be the final ban coming through. It's going to be the Pulse this time. The play from below going to be denied out here. Man, it's not wanting to deal with any sorts of shenanigans with the Nitro Cell FBI agent from below. So 2 from 4, I'll take that. I got half of them right. Nomad and Pulse, just a little bit out of the ordinary there. But we are going to be heading into round 1. I mean, maybe they're going to opt for that. Yeah, it looks like we're going to head to Customs first round here. That is going to be the option from Team Mentos right now.
Yep, as we see, as you mentioned, Skits is running that Monty on Team Monarch, and he is just so strong. But with Sharky bringing the Echo, and the Legion also by Great Mate Jake, there is a lot of counterplay available. Of course, as I say all of that, Sharky switches to Castle and Skits switches to Sophia.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were trying to read into that Archives Armory first sight, but I mean, they've got the Maverick now, they've got ways into the building, obviously. It'll be interesting to see what kind of hold we see coming out of Mentos here. A lot of teams do favour that play from above, being able to play through those destructible floors in onto Customs if able, into Customs and Inspection as well, if given the opportunity. But we'll see how things go. They are getting themselves set up here, and I mean, they've got a castle. This could be a hard push into the building if they set it up right.
Yep, we also see Lockett bringing the IQ, and that will be absolutely vital in seeking out those bandit boxes and obviously those invisible goo mines. Especially, even with Legion being nerfed quite recently, those goo mines are still quite a nuisance to deal with. As we see the first one going out there. So definitely a strong pick there on the part of Team Monarch.
Yeah, and they will be just securing themselves into CCTV as well, playing above that bomb site. They've got the rotate set up, and the 90 will be able to play in and around that hallway, so they're getting themselves sorted. We are in the action phase as well. It's going to be a west side start for Monarch here. The IQ and the Zofia, at least, are going to be playing from there. Early repels going in, getting themselves up onto that balcony, and there's potential for the spray out through some of these soft walls, but no, it's not quite going to be the play. It's Great Mate sitting in Armory on the Legion, but they're opening the door into CCTV. We might see our first spray battle coming out here between attackers and defenders. Explosions also being used all around the map, and I mean, great, mate. With that hold, Impact goes out. He sees the operator on the balcony, and it will be Lockett just swinging and finding the head of Great Mate there. So the Legion is now down. IQ just below 75 health, but a clean flick there will secure that. The flash goes out, but it does hit the wall. Not a clean throw at all. Does mean that it bounces back. Drones being destroyed here by Scuba, who is playing Jaeger in that CCTV. He will be scouted out once again. Teammates playing the drone. And the first frag has been taken. The push will be into CCTV. Drop going down onto Lockett as Sharky will pick that with the UMP-45, bringing it back to a 4 versus 4. And, I mean, it's a slower style of play here, Sam, and it's not clean, though.
No, we saw there it was the great Jake who opened up that impact hole, looking for that pick onto Lockett. And he was just leaning the wrong way, perhaps expecting her to be holding closer to the wall. Obviously, she wasn't. However, it will be Sharky getting taken out by Goofed as he pushes in. He has hit the Legion 1, spraying down through CCTV, will get taken out by Scuba, who also gets refragged by Skits now. It's a 3v2 on the part of Team Monarch, and it's really all that Mentos can do to hold on so far. Crixer spraying through the wall, looking for the pick onto the bandit, sees his head, but won't be able to get the shot. Spicy also not able to return fire. And 2 members of Team Monarch here are determined to push detention.
Yeah, a series of refrags coming out from both sides. Spicy almost found that frag onto Crixus, not quite able to make it happen. But it'll be the hold of the bomb side. He finds the head of Carney. That is the Maverick down now. So not going to be able to burn through and create some holes in these walls right now. Is Spicy doing a great job of finding that head in the supply room there. The drop will come out from the Zofia. He's found by Spicy as well. Double kill for the bandit. They're holding both together close by this bomb site. It's all up to Crixus right now on the thermite. He's coming through the flank through customs there, looking for that wide swing. Not going to be seeing anything at the moment as they are holding quite passively here. They might see the head through that wall, not quite getting it. No, he's just going to slide through. He stands up, spray going through the soft wall. It will be Spicy, securing himself a triple as Mentos will take round 1.
Yeah, and I think there was a great job there from Mentos to claw that back. Spicy obviously being instrumental on that bandit. The MP7 is just such a formidable gun. It's I believe actually the best performing defender SMG in terms of pure statistics, and in terms of the way it can be used. While Spicy's shown that it can tango with some of Rainbow Six's most competitive operators.
And we're going to be heading upstairs to Armory Locker's archives at the time. It will be the Where My pickup here from Sharky. Obviously, I don't really need a castle on this bomb site. As I say that, he is going to be opting to switch out to the Goyo. We won't be seeing the Monty switch out either, unfortunately. As much as it is a good operator playing in onto this bomb site, they don't have the gang. I mean, mate, they gave the utility to you. Why not play it? But they're going to go with the standard setup. They've got the Thermite, Zofia, Maverick, IQ, and Habana. So it won't be too much deviation. They've also opted into the mute on the side of defense. Drifts is going to be playing that one. And it will be a setup starting by Monarch here. Oh, sorry, Mentos on defense. And I mean, it almost worked for Monarch there, considering it was their map pick. But Spicy coming up big. We'll see if he can do it again.
Absolutely. We see Mentos here committing to an office hold. They've opened up rotates between archives and office, so clearly they're anticipating and preparing for an east side push from Team Monarch, which is always possible. But you know, it's definitely one of the lesser seen tactics, as teams will often try to take Armory and push half wall instead. But this is such an overplayed bomb site, such a saturated bomb site in terms of tactics and different ways to attack. So it's really up to Monarch to try and counter the setup of Mentos.
Yeah, most definitely. We are in the action phase, and as much as it is probably one of the most played bomb site on this map, it does offer a little bit of deviation from the standard. It will be a bit of an extended setup here by Mentos going into round 2. Lockett already aggressively pushing into the building. We'll just be sitting in reception, by the stairs, at least, looking for any sort of information on the vertical play coming from below. Pulse is not there, so it's just that a little bit harder. Unfortunately, Skit's got a little bit spooked there by his teammate opening that doorway. They know that that office has been reinforced and electrified, and a lot of teams have pushed from this direction in the last couple of weeks, at least in AEC. I couldn't really speak for the higher levels, as there hasn't been a heck of a lot to watch. I mean, this is the setup they've opted into. The first minute now burnt through here by Monarch. They're taking their time. A cheeky little hole in the floor there by Spicy, looking for the head of any attacker pushing in from below. It will be that exothermic charge getting Bandit tricked out there, so they have stopped that one. Crixus just burning that utility to play from below. It's Locket in position to try and contest Spicy here. Almost found him as he dropped incredibly low. So he's been bitten. He's playing a little bit shy as the exothermic charge will be coming out once again. This time they do get it off. So they will have lines of sight into office now, looking to find anything they can. They're going to drone it out instead first, as it would be Spicy looking out onto that window. They know there's someone out there repelling. The drone coming around for the side hasn't scouted him out yet. It will go. I think they've seen his feet, so they may know he is there now. He's just going to back off. Almost finds his fear. He will. He gets skipped, opening the frags in this round. And it has been that slow play that hasn't quite worked out. He almost finds another one there. Spray going out. Crix taking a chunk of damage. He has the diffuser, so if he does drop Scuba, unfortunately turning at the wrong moment as Baby finds 1 and 2. That's great, mate. Jake down as well. The Legion now gone for Mentos. 3v4 currently in favor of Monarch. They definitely want to be in, pushing into that site, as it will be Carney just slowing down, pulling that goo mine out of his leg. They have such great angles set up as the frag will be going into Archives. It's Spicy evening things up though as Crixus is dropped. Locket pushing in aggressively to Archives where he can. The flank from Spicy isn't enough as Goof finds himself the triple. 2 defenders left. Sharky and Drift's got a lot of work to do here as it is a pretty solid control over this Archives site. You've got to wonder if they can do anything here. Drifts does have the shotgun. He is in Archives looking for something. Goes to the swing with that SMG-11. He finds one. It is Baby Goof down now. The 2v2 currently 20 seconds left in the round. The wide swing is not going to be enough from Locket. Sharky finds that one. 2v1 currently in favor of Mentos. It has evened itself up, and the defenders are definitely in a position to win. It's all up to Carney. He's sitting out in the balcony by Archives. He's going to push in. That shotgun is ready, and it will be Drifts finding that kill onto Carney. And considering this was Monarch's pick, Mentos are definitely in a very favorable position currently.
Absolutely, they are. And I think for the second round in a row there, it was Spicy who really was the key contributor to Mentos' success there. He wasted so much time, almost half the round, just on fending off Monarch's attempts to open up that office wall. And it paid off because we saw Monarch were pressured. They had to push for that plant in a position where they were operators down, which is really not a position you want to be in when you are going for a plant. So a great job there by Spicy.
Yeah, most definitely. We are going to see a bit of a switch around here from both sides as the operators have been shuffled just a wee bit. Great mate Jake switching out the Legion onto the Echo. Drifts will be playing the Maestro. Spicy now has Jaeger in his hands as it will be Scuba given that Bandit. And we see a Gridlock picked up here by Monarch. So looking to deal with that roam threat of Mentos, which is the style they have been playing up until now.
Yeah, and she's also bringing those smokes, the only two being brought with this particular lineup. So it's definitely a lot of options available there. Crixus again on that Thermite. He's proven himself to be a competent player, to say the least. But he's not being quite as aggressive as I'd like to see him play, because we have seen that he can get his shots off and find those picks when needed.
Well, it seems that he is Monarch's dedicated diffuser, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more of a passive play style out of him, but we are getting into action phase. They have themselves set up quite comfortably. It looks like it will be a Mute and Maestro anchor here, with the Bandit, Jaeger, and Echo playing from upstairs in Armory, and this is a bit of a different hold. If they can pull it off, this will put them at even further of an advantage, considering it is Monarch's pick. And you've got to wonder if that Gridlock is going to be the tool that allows them to take this round back. Denying that roam threat coming down the stairs with those stingers could be quite big if they are able to utilize it competently. It will be that push in from the east side as well. They've got the sledge. They can breach through those soft office walls. Drones are going out now looking for defenders. Sprays coming out through windows as well, trying to find anything with those pre-fires. Unfortunately, Skit's just shooting a little bit just to the left as that drone will be scattered out. They know that there is someone sitting in Archives currently. They need to do what they can. It will be Baby Goof there holding that window, looking for anything as the utility is just being burnt away here. Spray going through into Armory there. Flash will go deep as well through the doorway. Just breaking open the window. I don't think they've quite realized that Scuba is holding behind the desk. Spicy finds the first one. He will be taking out Skit. It's actually, sorry, Spicy holding Archives. Looking for a second. He will be refragged on by Locket. So 4 versus 4 as we are heading close to that second half of this round. Sharky holding downstairs at the bottom. of those stairs. And I mean, the Yokai is going to be coming in quite clutch here. They've scouted out the sledge. They know he's there. I don't think he quite saw it as he was on the drones. Will get echoed there. He is just getting shockwaved a little bit, so we'll be a bit disorientated as he takes a bit of damage as follow-up from it. And, Carney with a spray will find Great Mate with that gridlock 4v3. They've got a lot of work to do to hold this one, as they have delayed it out quite nicely. Scuba looking for a rotate over to CCTV. Will just spray out the doors with the MP7, go for that run, looking to come in from behind, as control over Archives has been given to this attacking side of Monarch. They're just opening the floor with that sledge. I don't think they've realised that it's going to be the rotate in from behind from Scuba with that MP7. He is just hanging around CCTV. Oh, the flank coming in. Baby Goo finds it. YM Sharky, though, finds Crixus and Carney. Double for him with that SMG-11. Evening things up. He still has the shotgun, which can be real big spray coming out. Drifts with that Alda. Will find Lockett. And once again, what we thought was going to be a Monarch round gets shut down by Sharky and Drift. 2 versus 1 currently. Baby was able to pick up a triple in the last round. He's got to find 2 here to be able to bring it back. 26 seconds left on the clock. Flash is being dropped. The drop down through the hatch, and Drifts will find that one. 3 rounds in a row for Mentos on Monarch's pick.
Yeah, honestly, no clue what is going on at the moment. You know, as we said, Monarch tends, was picked to be the stronger team in this matchup. Excuse me. And, Mentos, as you said, it's not their map pick, but they're doing fantastically well. Spicy picking up once again, and really proving himself as a key player for Mentos, as we see Mentos returning back to a custom supply room.
Yeah, maybe this is more telling of just the matchup in that first game more than anything. Skyfire are a very, very good team, and yes, they did 2-0 Mentos here. But in saying that, maybe it wasn't the fact that they were a bad team. It's just the fact that Skyfire are a great team coming into this. And we could be seeing a much more even match than we thought going into this next round. Round 4 will be played downstairs in Inspection Supply Room. And if they are to carry on this style of play, the absolute dominance coming out of Mentos so far, this could be a rough start for Monarch.
Yeah, we see iDrift's on. Bringing that Mozzie now, as we said, his super shorty is Gonzo. But still, the amount of utility, I suppose I wouldn't call it utility, but it's intel denial on the part of Mozzie. He has those 3 pests, obviously. And if the attackers are unlucky enough or too unwary, they will get turned over to the opposing force. But he also has that nitro cell, which we've seen time and time again come in clutch.
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking about? He's still got that site edit potential. He's got the Nitro Cell. That's what it was used for before they brought in Impact. So just a return to form here for the game we know as Rainbow Six Siege. And they have set themselves up quite comfortably. They have a bit of defense set up by Archives as well. Scuba will be holding in CCTV. A lot of defense set up there as well, holding on to that reinforcement set up onto 90 as well. And it's going to be droned out just a little bit. They may know that there's going to be that vertical threat coming in again. It's the same setup we've seen. 3 defenders upstairs, 2 anchoring in on the site. And it's going to be Lockett pushing into Archives here with that drone. Will see the echo there. So they know that someone is upstairs. Sorry, not the echo, the Legion. He does have the same shoulder pads, so it gets a bit confusing sometimes. But they know he's there, so they will be looking for something. Great Mate Jake spraying through that soft wall onto that main wall balcony. Spray going through from Lockett as well. He cops a bit of damage as he steps on the goo mine. Will just rotate down the hatch with old Great Mate Jake. He's back downstairs in Workshop, so he saved himself a wee bit of time playing the shenanigan role, just delaying things a little bit.
Yeah, Sharky there, picking down 90 hallway, gets the pick up onto Lockett, and that is all of Zophia's utility gone now. Picking through the peak hole, isn't able to get the shot though. Baby Goofed with another one. Sharky evening it back up as we see Baby Goof pushes in, gets second onto Scuba. Nitro Cell blows up, but it's too far away to do anything. Baby Goof is just, he's got top floor control now. As we see iDrift Song gets taken out by Skits once again from above. Monarch seem to be pushing on relentlessly. Spicy looking for the pick, whips out the Nitro Cell, blows it up. It's not gonna find the feet of Skits. Peeking through upstairs, but still able to play vertically. Flash is going out, but the exothermic charge has breached from the passport check. Diffuser goes down part of Crixus. Carney covering the plant now. It's 4v2. Spicy and Great Mate Jake have got to recover in a post-plant situation.
Yeah, but Crixus holding prone in on Customs. The Stinger's just going very, very wide. Great mate Jake runs into the site, but Carney will find the head 4v1. Currently, Spicy not going to be able to do much here, as they have been absolutely pushed off of sight. The shotgun will open up that wall as Skits with a skeleton key will switch it out to his main weapon and finish that kill off. What a great read there. Opens it up onto the side. Will just switch out, finds the legs, and will take out Spicy there. And Monarch securing themselves their first win in this map that they did pick. Going into round 5, they may have found themselves a little bit of momentum coming with this. It was a much cleaner take from them. They got in onto the bomb side, got defused down with 4 members still left alive, Sam. Is this the comeback that we're looking for to make this game a little bit more even?
Oh, it could go either way, as we see Mentos opting to return back to Armory Archives, sorry. It is Armory Lockers and Armory Archives. But it's such a strong site for the defenders to hold. And especially without a pulse below, however, it could be made a bit more difficult. But Mentos have proven to be very strong. And I think the problem with their defense last round was the fact that they basically played a carbon copy of their first round. They didn't change up much, if anything. And it meant that Monarch were just able to read it like a book.
And again, we're seeing this interesting strategy where they do choose to impact main wall on Armory and give themselves a little bit of vision of the repelling attackers there. So a more aggressive style of play out of Mentos currently, as they are getting themselves for a bit of an extended hold on the second floor. Very, very spread out. They do have the Nitro Cell potential with, in fact, they've got the Bandit, they've got the Mute, so they can look to play from below. But traditionally, it's Drifts playing that anchor position in on the bomb site. Not probably going to be rotating downstairs. And again, it looks like Spicy will actually be holding upstairs as well.
Yeah, we see those mute jams going down. Spicy, again, looking for that sneaky little peek hole onto anyone trying to push through tellers. And that is a good spot for you, the audience, to using your ranked games. No, it wasn't Coconut Bra, it was Spicy. You can type that in the chat when you get an ace just through a little kill hole.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is definitely reading into that first level clear, that being main strategy for Monarch, but it will be the early push upstairs onto that Archives window. The head coming around the corner, not quite going to be taken off there. Sharky is dropped low. Baby Goof has proved himself a competent fragger so far in these initial rounds. As he gets control over that Archives window, it's going to be the anchor hold from Drifts here. C4 has been ripped. He will throw it towards the window. It's not going to connect there. So that utility now gone in on the bomb side. He's going to have to swing wide with that SMG-11 and look for the head of Baby Goof if he can. Drones going out into the window, looking to dump a little bit of utility in if possible as well. They have set themselves up on this east balcony. They've destroyed that destructible wall there. Carney potentially going for that frag grenade over. Spicy has been concussed out here by Lockett. We've just got a bit of a stutter there, but it's cleared itself up. And the rotate coming out of Spicy, he'll just back himself away, look for a more favorable angle as he knows the attackers are looking to push aggressively. Scuba gives himself away as he destroys the drone and will be followed into CCTV by Lockett there. No, Lockett's just going to swing around, join up with the rest of his team. And Scuba on the far side of the second floor might be able to make some sort of brome plate on the back. We've got two. Oh, sorry, no, it's just the one holding Fountain. The other is holding 90. It will be great mate Jake there, just by the top of those stairs. The prone form of Drifts on the Mute. If they don't scout him out here, this could be huge. He could find any number of frags from that position. Great mate Jake with the Legion is just going to drop a goo mine into that rotate hole there. Frag coming in from below. Spicy is going to be the first frag of the round. Baby Goo finds that when Drifts trades out onto Skits. So that is going to be the buck now gone. Found that with the SMG-11 still holding that tight angle. Looks for the run. He sees that these multiple attackers there. Finds one with the shotgun. Lockett will refrag onto it. 3v3 currently. That was a very ambitious play, but he does find one. Scuba will find another onto Lockett through that soft wall, spraying through towards Fountain here. And he's just going to play it safe, sit back in that position on CCTV. No, he's going to push aggressively. They know that they've got the advantage. It's going to be Baby from below, looking to try and find his way up onto the second floor if he can. It's been a rough start here on the attacking side for Monarch currently, and we see them in the same position we've seen them in a couple of times already. Mentos in control, 3 versus 2 currently. Yes, they have a couple of operators with low health, but they have the defensive angles held here. They've got the utility as well. If they need to find it, Sharky will find the head of Baby Goo. If they find the other one, it's Carney pushing in at Archives. He finds the kill onto Sharky. Little does he know, Great Mate Jake is pushing in from behind, looks for the swing. The Vulcan shield will go down, dropping Scuba. It's a 1v1 currently. Carney finds himself a double, has to push aggressively, and it's Mentos winning the round as they frag each other out there. So unfortunate, so close. Carney almost does it, but Mentos very, very good on this map, considering it's not theirs. 4-1 going in round 6. This is not how we expected things to be going.
Absolutely, it's not. And for pretty much all of that round, Monarch were on the back foot. Early peek us out, struggling to get that wall open early in the round. And I think it was just honest, pure luck and perhaps a bit of netcode magic that helped Mentos to win that round. That trade at the last second meant that Mentos got the win by default, and it shouldn't have come to that position. It was a 1v3. The timer was less than 30 seconds. So it would have been up to Carney to pull out something magical. And yeah, Mentos just catching a break there.
I mean, he very, very nearly did. It was so very close, as we are going to be heading back down to workshop ventilation. So it's going to be a pretty standard setup from this team. Really hasn't deviated too much from a standard form here, as they are getting themselves ready. It's that 3 defenders upstairs on the second floor looking for that hold, with 2 anchoring on site. Drifts on the Maestro again. YM Sharky is going to be playing the mute this time, so just going to be freeing up his teammate. And I mean, they've got the Nitro Cell, they've got that shotgun, we've seen it do big work. And Scuba and Spicy again have switched out those roles, so it would be the Jaeger in the hands of Spicy and Bandit in the hands of Scuba. And great mate Jake is going to be playing Echo instead of the Legion, so a pretty solid defensive hold here.
Yeah, we see both the Echo and the Maestro being brought. So that is 4, what's the best way to put it? Intel devices that are quite hard to deal with. Echo, obviously, his yokai drones are very fragile. Only take 1 bullet to completely take them out, but they sit up on the roofs and they turn invisible. And the 2 Maestro cams, in stark contrast, you know, they're indestructible, but they're big, they're bulky, and you're not going to miss it. As we see Spicy's peeking onto the East admin wall. He's not going to find anyone, however.
Yeah, and again, we see Baby Goof heading straight to this archives window, throws the drone, and I believe it was cleaned up there as Scuba did swing wide looking for something. Sorry, no, Spicy. The utility just being burned through here by the ADS. Flash is going deep into archives. Spicy with the white screen will have to try and get himself down to that hatch. Frag grenade out, will drop him incredibly low. Has to drop downstairs and join up with his teammates, as he has been forced out of archives, and that vertical pressure has been ceded over to Monarch here. So a much more favourable start to this round so far, as they are looking for these early frags to try and gain some dominance in the round. Archives door will be opened as Baby Goof looks to push out. Carney will find Spicy though. Drops him that little bit further, finishes up that kill. Scuba holding in Armory. Will be looking for anything here if possible. Has the help of the yokai drone there, so they could look to set up a potential frag for Scuba. As the Echo will just use that concussion charge. He has Echo there as well, just holding on to that drone. Fountains is going to be where Skits is on the buck. They have a lot of potential pressure up here. It will be the exothermic charge going down into workshop, though. I think they're expecting the bandit trick. Little do they know that Scuba isn't in a position to contest this, as it will be all up to YM Sharky. The mute jammer was there, so he just moves over. Looks to stop that one from being effective. Bit of a stutter here. It's all up to Sharky holding this bomb site. It's going to be the prone Crixus droning out. Spray coming up from the SMG-11. Isn't going to find anything. That vertical pressure. Again, Great Mate Jake finds one. Scuba will be refragged, though, as they also lose Great Mate Lockett finding that kill. 4 versus 2 currently. Monarch with the lead this time. Get the drop onto YM Sharky. The Elder swing with from Drifts is not going to be enough, as Lockett finds that frag as well. Monarch find themselves a second going into this second half of the map. And I mean, it's coming together a little bit for them, but it's not quite as what we expected going into this first map in their pit.
No, as we see now, we have finished the first round, first half of this match. It is 2-4 in favor of Mentos, and really quite outstanding scenes here. I mean, nobody really expected Mentos to pull off this sort of lead on Monarch's map, nonetheless. And I think so far Monarch's difficulty on attack has really been with the timer. They've come under pressure as the timer runs down, and it's just led to a loss.
Yeah, and I mean, now that they're on the defense, maybe they're going to be looking a little bit safer, a little bit more solid, as they are going to be starting off an Armory Archive. So just going for that standard primary bomb site here. They've got the Webeye, they've got the Jaeger, so a lot of utility denial. They've also picked up the castle as well. So trying to make it as hard as possible for Mentos to get themselves in onto the second floor. Reinforcements are going out. This could be a bit of a harder initial round for Mentos here, considering how well they cleaned up that first one.
Yeah, we see two soft breachers being fought on the part of Mentos, Great Mate Jake on that sledge, and Drifts on the buck. So clearly looking for at least a tiny bit of vertical play with the buck, and Great Mate Jake serving perhaps to put a bit more pressure on from the east side, as we often see the use of sledge, Carney with those castle barricades. That's a mistake. We often see people barricading up doorways directly next to the objectives, but this is how those castle barricades are supposed to be used. You put them away from the objective and in key choke points where you want to funnel attackers towards.
Yeah, and we see Scuba picking up the IQ as well. I mean, Monarch did pick it up a couple of times on their first half, but they did sort of move away from it going towards the later stages of the first half as well. And it definitely showed they had a harder time finding some of those gadgets, getting themselves in favorable positions. Drones are going to be coming out as Skits looking for that roam from office into archives. They're trying to find a position for him as he is going to be dropping downstairs, looking to play from below with the baby goofed as well on the bandits. That C4 going to be playing in from ventilation. And they may have some idea that there is going to be someone in CCTV. It's going to be the sledge in the hands of Great Mate Jake, something that we've seen him play a couple of times so far. 3 attackers holding the CCTV position as the diffuser is going to be dropped out on that balcony. They're trying to find a way into armory lockers. The bandit batteries have been set up there as well, so they've got control over that wall. They need to find some way of destroying them. Drone going deep into the site. There is going to be scouted out there, although not in a position to be able to clean it up. Trying to open this up and put themselves in a position where they can exothermic. The slow push coming out of Baby Goof from the bandit coming in from below. Might look for a C4 play here. Drifts on that buck as well, trying to look into that main doorway, dumping the utility in through so they can try and get themselves in a position where they can take out the batteries. And it's a slow play out of Baby Goof here. Not going to be dropping that nitro cell. And again, they're just dumping more utility and trying to destroy these bandit batteries, as they will be chucking that exothermic charge down. They did get it. Oh no, Spicy has been down here. I believe that was the nitro from below in the hands of Baby Goof. Yeah, he has used it. He's pushing up and into 90, looking for anything that he can find here. Playing in that flank position. They get the defuser back in their hands as Spicy is still down, unfortunately. It's a rough situation to be in for sure, and we might see some shenanigans out of the buck here. Spicy, very, very low, will get himself back up. Drift, looking for some sort of angle. Baby Goof will find the first frag onto Scuba. The guy's 10-2-4 currently. He's been fragging expertly in this map so far. 42 seconds left. He's going to be heading back downstairs. Great Mate finds 2. Crixus and Lockett now gone. The Wemi and the Mute have been taken off the board. Defuser is being planted here by Sharky. They've got support from Great Mate on the window. Goof will run out, get Great Mate there. They find that frag, but the diffuser is already down. Skits looking to do what he can. Sprays through the soft wall, trying to find the head of that attacker there. They're all holding outside. Drifts finds one. Skits will refrag onto Spicy. 2 versus 2. Currently, he's looking for more. Carney finds a frag onto Drifts. They have control of the diffuser. Sharky has to do something here. He's holding on that rappel. We'll get the down onto Skits. There's 22 seconds left. It's all up to Carney with that UMP-45. Goes for the run out, looking for something, but the rappel has been dropped down. Sharky is now on the ground, just delaying things out, trying to stall it, waiting for that plant to come. And if he hears the noises, the sound cues have given it away. The spray comes out. Sharky will find that frag onto Carney. Mentos win round 7.
Great job there from Mentos. And we see how active that half wall and that west side armory take can be. It was a fantastic job by them to really push up and really take control of the south side of the map, that whole sort of CCTV security area. That control was taken so quickly by Mentos, and it's paid off in buckets. And now it's 2-5. They have a 3-round lead on their opponent's map.
Yeah, they've definitely solidified themselves a solid position going into the later rounds of this map here. Round 8, 5-2, like you just said, in their opponent's pick. So maybe that because of those initial bans, that Monarch's map was taken away from them. Now they're just going to have to adapt. But I mean, if this is how the series is going to be going, we could see a potential map 3, because this is not how we initially picked it to go, Set. We thought Monarch was going to take this first map, and it was potentially going to be a little bit more even, but Mentos have been absolutely dominant here.
Yeah, we see once again Monarch bringing that Wamai Jaeger combo. It was so effective last round. Obviously, only so much usefulness that a gadget can bring. If the other team getting picks off, then you can have all the magnets in the world. It's not going to make a difference. But those, there's 2 lots of grenade projectile denial there, really focusing on staving off the attack on the armory wall, and it worked quite effectively.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've said it a couple of times now. Ying has that extra candela and the smokes as well. There's so much utility to be able to burn through some of that denial. And I mean, even if you get the candela into the bomb site with a my magnet there, it's going to go off. So why not commit to it? Use that utility. They don't pick the Montagna either, which would have been a great synergistic pick there, but they will be looking to set up for a pretty spread out start here from Mentos on the attack. Got a couple of rounds to work with. Skits is going to be looking for something sneaky here from below. Has the nitro cell, might be able to get something as the attackers do push through the window. Going in onto the drones in that CCT position. Spicy will open things up, finds the first frag onto Lockett. That is the Jaeger down now. That initial frag picked up by the Ash. They still have a lot of play around these bomb sites. Great Mate will open up that angle onto the doorway into Armory, trying to gain this control over the second floor. It's going to be Baby Goof from below. We could see another C4 play if he can pull it off. He's got the support of Skits there as well. So 2 nitro cells from below. This could be rough for Great Mate. He's not moving. The first one goes out. It just misses. He's so low.
Yeah, Great Mate. Jake is such low health now as we see frag grenades coming out, looking to clear out those bandit boxes. And it seems that there are no magnets charged up. Bandit boxes go out. Exothermic charge goes off in the same space. And Monarch committing very heavily to trying to defend that Armory wall. Eye drifts on, however, will get a great shot through the railings of sorts onto Baby Goof. That's another nitro down now. And one of the top fraggers on the part of Monarch gone. Crixus, however, is still up, still looking to contest that wall. Picking up the Asher Spicy, looking for those picks. Quite aggressive, pushing in. Will miss the shots, however, Spicy gets one onto Crixus. Carney gets the return back onto Spicy. 2v4 now. Skits and Carney left all by themselves. Great Mate Jake still repelling on that window, expecting the run out from both angles. Barricades being broken there by Skits. He's cautious, however. Great Mate Jake's got a couple of angles to watch, however. Carney peeking down 90 hallway, looking for the pick. Mentos taking their time, however. Skits with the run out, however, great shot onto Great Mate Jake. Down impact from Carney. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he misses his shots. I've drifted on, also gets the team kill onto Sharky now. 2v2. Skits is down to have a Scooper pushing up. Will get taken out by Carney. Playing on that railing. That's his second for this round now. 30 seconds left, and Mentos have lost their way. I've drifted on does have the diffuser, but he's missing about 50 hit points of health. Skits is still downed, however. So it's basically a 1v1 for all intents and purposes. Carney looks to rotate back to pick up his fallen teammate, but Idrifson will finish him off. That's his second for the round now. 1v1. Timer ticks down. 10 seconds. Idrifson realizes that he's not going to go for the frag. He's going to go for the plant instead. Carney, not expecting it, is sat there holding an angle, expecting Buck to come around, but he won't. The diffuser goes down in archives now. Idrifson backing off out onto that balcony, expecting more runouts, more peeks from the windows. And Carney seems to expect to be in the default spot over by Armory, but he won't find him.
Yeah, I mean, he expected the aggressive play as Drifts did spray out towards him in that initial fight there. Nothing really happening, and Carney not going to be able to do much here. Drifts has such a great position. The defuser is in a spot where all he needs to do is wait for that sound cue, go for the swing, and find their head here. Coming into the dying seconds, 12 left. It's Carney, all or nothing. He goes to drone. He's on the wrong bomb site. He hasn't seen the diffuser. He's walked straight past it. 5 seconds left. As soon as he gets on it, the frag coming out. Drifts will take that round. Round 8 going to Mentos right now. 6-2. Mentos are on map point on Monarch's map.
Fantastic job by Mentos. That was another round that the defensive side really should have won, except this time it went in the favor of Mentos, and it was a great play from iDrift on that. So many players, especially as you move up the ranks, will chase the frag in that position, as it's very risky to go for a plant in a 1v1, as he's so vulnerable, hunched over, typing on that little tan box. However, iDrift's stuck with it, and they reap the rewards quite massively.
Yeah, and seeing as we are on match point 6-2, we're going to be heading back down to Ventilation Workshop here. They've got the setup potentially. Carney he rotated out far too far away from the bomb site, allowing Drifts to get down. And I mean, if he'd held maybe a bit of a tighter angle, he could have heard the audio cues, looked to push in onto archives, clean that up, but that is not the case, unfortunately. But going into the prep phase, we are downstairs. We've seen a heavy roam game out of Mentos so far in terms of being able to pick up some of these wide-flung defenders, and they've been able to sweep it up, clean it up, and take it quite well into the later stages of this round. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where Monarch have fragged incredibly well, because they really have. I mean, you look at Baby Goofed and Carney, 10 and 11 respectively between the two of them. So they have a lot of frag potential, but it's really just getting these solid holds onto the bomb site and setting themselves up in a position where they can stall it out and actually take some rounds back. Because they definitely have the potential to bring this back to an overtime, but if they play as softly as they have been, playing that sort of greedy play style where the roamers look for those frags without actually rotating in to help their teammates on the anchor position, it's all or nothing at this stage for Monarch right now.
Yep. As we see, Lockett gets a great Valkyrie count there out onto the balcony. He's able to see who and where the attackers are. And also that will cover a lot of the outside portion of that northeastern side of the map. So fantastic job there. Scuba is running IQ, but that range is limited. So he will have to get at least somewhat close to the Black Eye camera to find it and seek it out. Push into break room on the part of Mentos. Lockett gets the great shape off onto the great mate Jake. That's his head clean taken off, and not something that you really want at the start of your attacking round.
I mean, look, that's going to be hugely demoralizing. He opens up that wall down the hallway towards Armory and just gets cleaned up before he's even put the hammer away. So a favourable position for Monarch currently on the defense. 5 versus 4. That's Sledge gone, so that soft breach now only limited to Spicy and Drifts if given their potential. Spicy will be opening up that CCTV doorway, looking to try and pressure in onto Armory Lockers, which is where Lockett is currently sitting on the Valkyrie. They are going to be opening it up with that exothermic charge as it has been reinforced. We might see a run out here play. Not going to find anything. Goes to the right-hand swing. They're not going to be able to find anything at all as they have all retreated. Runs straight past the drone. Looks for the frag. Not going to be able to find it. And it will be Drifts finding Lockett there, evening things up. A very ambitious play out of Lockett there, pressuring into CCTV. But every time he almost got a frag, it was the attackers just pulling off and finding a favorable position. So he does get fragged out there. Spicy has control over Armory, so they've got that vertical pressure now. They do have to just worry a little bit. Those Yokais could be in position to give away a lot of information. And those sprays through the floor can be hugely detrimental. They don't really have the nitros left at this point. So they're gonna be a little bit safer from below, as the Ash Charge will be opening up the floor, looking for that vertical play once again, which can, be a little bit rougher to play into. The impact coming from below will take down Drifts just a little bit. They're looking to do everything they can to stall this out. There's a minute left in the round. Mentos are moments away from winning this if they can push in onto the bomb site and clean out Monarch. Monarch doing everything they can to stall it out just a little bit longer and try and take it to an overtime. Will be the run out from Spicy, looking to pressure in on that main doorway. They've got the angles if they need to. They can get control over ventilation here. Carney has a lot of work to do with that castle and the UMP-45 in hand. 33 seconds left in the round. Angles being set up here by the attackers. And Baby Goof looking for something spicy will find ahead of Carney. 4 versus 3. A lot of work here for Monarch to be able to do. Yokai does drop there in that main window. In ventilation, looking to try and deny the plant. It will be Suba trying to commit. He will be cleaned up there as Baby Goof is refragged out by Spicy. 3 versus 2 currently. They've got the diffuser back again. Poison gas grenade has been dropped. Spicy committing to this plant. Will just tuck himself back into that corner, trying to go for the spray through that soft wall. Will commit to the defuse. It's going to be the safe haven of Sharky from above, trying to help his teammates. Monarch, they delay it out with the Yokai, and they get themselves around back 6-3. They're looking to draw this one out as long as possible.
Yep, and that is why we see Echo so banned on pretty much every map. Unless you have an IQ who specifically got that role of hunting down and taking out those Yokai drones, they're just a menace to be dealt with until it's too late. As we saw there, it was literally too late. The timer had run out and the diffuser was going down, but it wasn't enough on the part of Team Mentos. And a great hold there from Team Monarch to hold on to that objective.
Yeah, just delaying it out that little bit longer was enough to be able to secure themselves their 3rd round in this game. So we are going to be heading to Armory Lockers once again. And you see on the screen, large number of frags in the back pocket of Baby Goofed and Carney. Crixus, unfortunately, yet to find himself a frag in this match. Drifts on and Spicy on the attacking side are doing reasonably well as well. So they are getting themselves set up here. They have opted Crixus So a little bit more of that threat potential out of the Electro Core. It's just going to be a little bit harder to clear out the electrification as well. So this could be the deviation that they needed. They've also got Skits playing the dock. So a little bit more survivability.
Yep. Now, Border is not really one for spawn peaks, as it were. Spawn rushes are more the thing over in the Middle East. However, Skits has got that ACOG, so there's always the option to go for those nasty little peaks. I say nasty in a good way, obviously. It's just highly toxic. But hey, old news.
I mean, your toxicity is my round advantage if I can get that frag, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of Skits. He's looking to play under that barricade in the main doorway with the ACOG. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to find anyone, as it does look like none of the attackers have spawned over this western side. They're all on the east, looking to set up on that push into office. And if they can set that up, they might be able to make some sort of play here, as the castles are just coming out last minute. Carney doing the prep they need to secure themselves this position in Armory and Archives as well. They're going to be pushing into break room, and the Nitro Cell from below. Baby Goo finds Spicy, one of the key fraggers on this Mentos side, putting themselves in an early advantage from that vertical play with the Bandit and the Nitro Cell. Great mate looking to get that pressure onto the main wall on Armory as well. And I mean, that's got to put them in a great spot going into the rest of this round.
Yeah, perhaps Mentos are a bit cocky there. Spicy didn't even take a second to drone it out and ran straight in. And, well, it's come back to bite him. Obviously, he's been taken out, and there's little you can do as a dead operator in Rainbow Six Siege. But there's still a lot of time left in this round, and Mentos are only one man down. It's definitely a comeback that we have seen before. Definitely from both teams. Drifts on, looking for that little peek through the railings. It's hard to contest that with the way that perspective works in this game. As we see the new addition to Buck's inventory, that Claymore going down onto break room stairs. Looking for that peek. Castle barricades, however, on that door will prevent an easy spray and an easy shot onto the heads of the defending team.
Oh, look at that. Skits with the cheeky play onto the filing cabinet, trying to look through that destructible top wall. Not getting able to find much, as they are playing very, very defensively on this attacker side. The one thing I do want to know, though, is we see sprays coming out into that office window. Exothermic charge is being dropped here onto that office wall. Drifts will find the free frag onto Skits. So that is the duck down in that cheeky position that he was holding. Scuba finds it up. Locket is now gone. 4 versus 3. They don't have the Jaeger or the Doctor Swing coming out from Carney. Will refrag on a great mate. Looks for a second. He finds it onto Shark. 3v2 as Carney picks up the double. It's all on Drifts and Scuba now. Monarch setting themselves in a great position to be able to delay this even more. Crixus is in that prone spot in Armory there, looking for something cheeky onto that window, which is where Drifts will be playing outside of Archives. Carney very low in that prone position and office as well. He stands up. He finds Scuba. Triple there. Crixus will find his first frag of the map. Onto Drifts as Monarch take out round 10. 6-4. They're clawing it back, Sam.
Oh, and that was such a sneaky play from Carney there. He got 3 kills that round. And the UMP 45, it's often touted as the worst defender gun. Perhaps even the worst gun in the game. But Carney's really practiced with it, clearly mastered it, and he played that perfectly.
Most definitely. And I mean, still on match point, they've clawed it back to the 6-4 point. It really is still Mentos' game to take away. They only need one more. We're going to be heading downstairs to Custom Supply Room. Skits will be picking up that Echo once again. They've got the Jaeger as well, so it's an interesting position here to find themselves in. It will be that top floor hold, I imagine, again. So we're also going to see that Mozzie in the hands of Carney, and if he can keep fragging the same way he has with that UMP 45, Mozzie is definitely an operator that can thrive in that situation.
Yes, indeed he is. Skits is on the Echo, and when Echo is not banned, he's such a valuable commodity. I won't continue on to explain how great those Yoko drones are, but Skits is actually reinforcing at least one of the hatches in CCTV, perhaps indicating that Team Monarch won't be looking to hold upstairs, which, with the bug on the part of iDrifts and Great Mate Jake bringing that sledge could be a mistake.
Yeah, they did just pick off that Habana as well, opting into the Thermite instead. So this could be a little bit detrimental if they do carry on with these picks as well. They don't have the K though, so they could potentially exothermic charge out those hitches if they did want to commit that, but it is a pretty solid amount of utility just to commit for that vertical threat.
Yep, Lockett roaming with the Jaeger. He's still got one piece of barbed wire in his back pocket. A little pet hate of mine, but nonetheless, I'm sure he will be effective even with his recent 2-speed nerf. It will be the great mate Jake, however, using that sledgehammer to open up the office wall and window, looking for the pick. Drones coming out from Mentos. Will they seek out the Jaeger though? Apparently, yes. Lockett peeking those sledge holes. He's picking the wrong side, however. Doesn't realize that the thermite is playing at the top of east. They're spraying through. Great shot through the wall, however. Lockett gets the pick. Peeking down outside the corridor now. Will not be able to find one. He's playing very aggressive, very quickly. There's still 2 minutes left in this round. He gets taken out from a cross angle from Great Mate Jake though. 4v4 just like that. And top floor control is immediately conceded to Mentos.
Yeah, and they're going to get themselves set up in this archives position, playing that vertical threat from above. They've got the IQ as well, and they're going to be looking to try and find what they can from above, find that pressure that they need. And they're scanning out, trying to look for that yokai, see if it is upstairs, look for that information that it could potentially give, and try and deny, as they are establishing themselves quite heavily up on this top floor. Delaying things out as we are going to be hitting into the second half of the round. No thermite, no Jaeger, but arguably that's a much tougher time for this attacking side, as it's the only way they have to deal with those reinforced hatches. So pushing down from CCTV is going to be a hard ask. They've got to potentially play through either the stairs, either go outside or play through that archives hatches. It will be Skeleton Key opening up the floor in CCTV, just looking for anything that he can into customs. Nothing really gained here, as it's going to be that wide hold again from these defenders, not holding in the traditional spots, just spreading out on this first floor. And it looks like, yeah, Skits finds one under Spicy with that Echo. That is the Ash gone now, so a lot more of that threat. Swinging wide is Crixus, finding Great Mate Jake with that MP7. Sprays coming out here, Drifts looking for anything he can, does get the down onto Crixus. That is the Bandit now on the floor, not going to be able to contribute much unless he gets some help from his team. 4 versus 2, currently Monarch are coming back, scraping with their fingernails, clawing it back. If we look for the run out here, Baby is looking for it, he finds Scuba. 4 versus 1, it's all on Drift. And it's a much cleaner half out of this Monarch side, as they are in a position to bring it back to 6-5. And potentially even things up and take it to overtime.
Yep, Crixus is down, but it will be Carney again, getting another frag, that P10 Roni, as we see looking for that pick, and actually sprays through the wall at just the right moment and gets a fantastic shot off onto the buck. And another stellar round from Monarch, and it's not so much a table, a tennis match, as it is a seesaw at the
Yeah, I mean, it's just been swinging back and forth. It looked like Mentos were going to be the ones to take this one out very early on, coming into the second half. Now we find ourselves in position 6-5. 1 round between them, 1 round to overtime as well. So Monarch potentially going to be taking this just that little bit further. We're going to be heading down to Ventilation Workshop once again. Skits was sitting on the Vigil, is just going to be switching out to that Echo, which has been rather instrumental for them in some of these rounds. That yokai giving them so much information and no deviation out of Mentos here. Their attacking operator is going to be exactly the same. And if we can see them keep playing this way, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see it go to overtime. Monarch are not going to go down without a fight whatsoever.
No, and with the way that the system works, in that, you know, you only have to win 2 out of 3 maps. It is possible to have 2 maps go to overtime, but still be 2-0 overall. We saw it with Altered Edge versus Downfall. The second map went to 8-7 in overtime. However, because Altered Edge had won the previous map, they took the series 2-0. So it will be in Mentos's best interest to get this map down and under their belt.
Yeah, most definitely. They need to shut it out quite quickly if they can, as we are going to be heading to the action phase. And again, it's that spread out defense. It's going to be 3 operators downstairs this time, with the Mozzie and the Jaeger playing from upstairs. It has been Monarch's play style through the second half, when they have been in position for defense. Break room when a doorway has been opened up. Baby Goof looking for something there. He almost found it, just the heels of the attacker as it fled through the doorway. But, I mean, they know exactly where they're going to be pushing from. They know exactly what they need to be doing in the situation. They've got the hold set up. Great mate Jake with the sledge will be trying to open things up and look for some angles for them to find frag. Spicy will actually take out the Mozzie drone there, realizing that it was not one of theirs. And I mean, they've got control of top floor at the moment. The Yokai is in the corner. The only one they haven't got control over is Locket, sitting in this armory position, holding in that small room there, the glass window room, looking potentially to find something through those bullet holes out into that armory balcony. Push coming in from CCTV, doesn't quite see the head. We'll find the drone, just going to drop down the hat. And we have seen some cheeky plays from that position up on top of that server, but not how things are going to be played here by Monarch. They're going to play a little bit more defensively as Spicy and the boys on Mentos have control over the second floor.
Yeah, and as that Nitro cell from will take out the buck, a lot of vertical play lost. However, Great Mate Jake is still on the sled. Still options to open up from above. But as I say that, he gets taken out by the second Nitro from Crixus, and Spicy is down to a sliver of health, what cannot be more than at least 2 hit points. And a fantastic job from Monarch now. It might as well be a 5v2 because Spicy is so low. And there is still over a minute left in this round. Peeking, however, will be Sharky, looking for the pick down the hatch. Scuba looking for any sort of electronics upstairs, but it's not going to find any. And it will be Mentos with a 2-man deficit, looking to clutch it out, get this map. Spicy peeking through the front door, looking for the pick. Pressure coming sideways. Locket holding a pixel by the bomb. He's not going to find anybody, however. Push have a Nitro cell left to chuck it out. He will peek, try to get Scuba. Crouch picking up, and a great shot by Locket. That's the second for this round. 5v2 now. Spicy is solo, gets taken out by Baby Goofed. YM Sharky all alone, doesn't have the diffuser. He's only got 30 seconds left, and he's up against Team Monarchs. What is
entire roster?
Yeah.
I mean, they set up some great crossfires down this first floor. Sharky will find one on 6. He was already pretty low, having damaged himself a wee bit with his own Nitro cell. The swing comes out from Skits. We'll clean that one up, and we're going to overtime. Despite coming into the second half 4-2, Monarch have scraped it overtime on border. They're looking a little bit more confident in the second half.
Yep, and whether it's just because they came into this map a bit cocky, they've seen how Mentos have performed in the past, or whether Mentos have, just really grinded out. Obviously, everyone's in isolation, so there's a bit more time in the day to practice on Siege. But either way, it has led to what is so far been a fantastic match. We've seen great plays on the part of both teams, but it will be Team Monarch remaining on the defense for our first overtime map. It will be a Vents Workshop defense once again.
Yeah, and we've seen exactly how they play this, looking for those 2 anchor positions, probably in the likes of Crixus and Skits, while the rest of the defenders will look to head upstairs and play that vertical hold from Armory and Archives as well. It has worked out quite well for them so far, considering they've brought it all the way back to overtime. They've done reasonably well, kept their heads cool, kept themselves in this game for sure, and it's anyone's map at this point, considering how things have been going and getting themselves set up upstairs. They know that there is priority from Mentos pushing it onto this main wall in Armory. So if they look to continue abusing that, because that's exactly what's been happening, the plays from below with the Nitro cells, just holding these tight angles at Armory and then using the hatches when they need to dip out, it could quite easily be Monarch's game to win.
Yeah, as we see so often, it will be an Armory Archives looking to defend the downstairs bomb site. However, interestingly, we see that Archive site being reinforced over, and I'm not sure if the Armory hatch has also been reinforced. So it will mean that Monarch are looking to fall back, but keep it safe.
Yeah, and we are going to be heading into the action phase of this first round of overtime. I mean, we've seen this hold before. It has worked quite well. Carney down on that first floor. We'll find drifts. That is the buck gone. Sledge, Great Mate Jake is holding cell there in that first floor, so they have some room to play around. Carney has been putting this UMP-45 to work in these situations. Spray into customs. He's looking to hold that position. The drone coming in from his teammate. Locket trying to gather what information he can to support his fellow player. Baby Goofed right now, 15-3 and 7 in this 13th round. Spray gets the down onto Great Mate, 5 versus 3. This is Monarch's round to win. They have a lot of room to throw, but they're playing very solidly. Goofs finds another one. Double kill for him onto Sharky. That is also the diffuser down now. They have control. Scuba will refrag out onto him. So a 4v2, but Spicy and Scuba have a lot of rough positions and rough angles to find, as it will be Lockett playing from above on that hatch in CCTV. All they can do is sit here and watch the seconds drain away. They have to force something here. They have to force some sort of frag to be able to get themselves back in this round. The Yokai is there as well. Skit's providing so much information for his teammates right now. And what can you do if you're Spicy and Scuba right now, Stam? It's not going well, as Spicy will find a frag onto Lockett, though. So 3 versus 2. He cops a bit of damage himself. They're playing some of these rotation holes in and around customs. They are looking down that hallway towards that main entrance. Drones still available for the team, so they're going to look to scan out what they can. The spray coming out. Carney finds Scuba. Double kill for him. He's been so impactful on this castle. Will get refragged out by Spicy, though, on the Ash. The Yokai is cussing her just a little bit. Crixus and Skit's incredibly healthy right now. Final minute of the round. It will be heading out to reception there. Spicy just slowing things down, playing a bit of a smarter game, looking for these tight angles, going for the leans around corners, will destroy the camera. Reloading again, making sure that she has as much ammo as possible in some of these tight situations. And it will be the Jiggle Peaks coming out, pushing in onto Workshop. No, he's going to go for the wide swing out, using those Ash charges as well. Looking for the spray, knows that there's a defender there holding in bathroom. They've got to do something aggressive here on Mentos. He pushes in with a flash. It will be Skits being dropped here. 1 versus 1 triple kill over to Spicy. Currently, Crixus 3, 4, and 7 right now. Hasn't had the greatest performance with frags, as it will be the plant going up. Just pulls off Spicy, not willing to commit with so little time and unknown information there. He will just rotate out, looking for something. Goes to commit for the plant. 9 seconds left in the round. It's Crixus from above. Knows exactly where the Ash is. Spray coming out. Spicy is sticking it. He's committing to the defuse plant. Not going to be able to find the kill. Spicy now can reposition and hold this from a better spot. Crixus just whiffing there a little bit from above. It's not going to be enough. Cameras again being destroyed, so Spicy making it a little bit harder. That main stairs hold out of Crixus is not going to be enough. He has to push it aggressively from behind, just rotating in through Workshop, holding from a better angle. The jump out comes and Crixus finds the frag onto Spicy. He's going to get the defuse.
Oh my gosh, and a fantastic round once again from Monarch, and both teams struggling so hard to play on attack. If I'm not mistaken, each has only 1, 2 apiece on the offensive side. And so it seems like defense is still king, but Crixus really should have won that round a lot earlier, and credit where credit is due. A great clutch by Crixus to take out Spicy in that round. But as soon as those red pings were coming out and he knew the plant was being stuck by Spicy, he should have just gone for that kill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened there. He was aiming right at him, but wasn't able to get any significant damage out there, as we will be handing it over. It is now going to be Monarch playing their first attack round on offense. Armory Lockers is going to be the site here for Mentos, and we see Sharky once again on the Goyo. It'd be the tool they need to stall things out here. And I mean, yeah, I didn't think Crixus was going to get that. He's had a rather low frag count, but the jump over that railing will find the frag and find them the round. It was incredibly close.
Yep, and we saw once again how effective those Yokai drones can be. If it wasn't for them, those red pings would be non-existent, which were certainly very vital in Crixus's clutch. But anyway, it will be Mentos now fighting for this map. Only 1 more round needs to be won by Monarch, but they are on attack. A role that has struggled so far in this map. We see the Goyu being brought out again. He only has 2 Vulcan shields now, but that's still 2 pieces of defender utility that have to be dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find yourselves a position where it just locks down some of these choke points, why not play this operator? The Vulcan shields are so impactful in some of these situations, and it's going to be that extended hold on the second floor for this Mentos side. They've played it quite well up until this point, but I mean, they held off 4-2 in that first half, playing defense in the initial stages of this map. And I mean, we could see that same sort of hold work for their favor, as it will be the action phase starting off here, and we see it's going to be Spicy on the Bandit, holding that exact same position. That cheeky little hole looking into tellers. The ex-Kairos have gone out onto 90 hallway. And they are going to be finding themselves some great lines of sight setting up here. Great mate playing on the Legion behind that Vulcan shield. Knows that that wall has been open, so has to be very, very careful here. Oh, that head has been found.
Fantastic shot there. That little pixel peek upside down on the rappel. It's such a very hard position to play as an attacker, and he has executed that perfectly, as well as executing the great mate Jake. It will be Scuba, however, in CCTV corner, looking for that pick onto any attackers that dare enter. Still 2 minutes left in this round. It's a lot of room to maneuver on the part of Monarch, but it certainly is looking good. That's Spicy focusing on keeping the attackers out from below. It's a particularly vulnerable position. Track Stingers, however, also getting thrown out by Carney.
And if they do decide to push into that office area, they could have cut them off there with the Stingers. But it will be the Gridlocks just jumping out, going down onto that first floor, looking to rotate in and around. Pride support Scuba, looking for the spray. Will actually find Skits there. Refragged out immediately by Lockett, who secures the double for himself. He's got a decent number of frags, 11-2 and 11 currently. And we see Spicy still holding the same position by the Hatcher in offices here. He's done quite well from that spot. He as well has a decent number of frags under his belt. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep that momentum up. As I mean, a minute 10 left in the round. They have to force something here. Lockett is going to be looking for Spicy. Sees the spray coming out for him. Is going to swing wide behind that half wall. Is going to find a hit as well. So triple in the pocket of Lockett. Looking to push in aggressively into Archives. Mate, swing here and look into Armory, trying to find something. That close left is going to be the defender. The crouch out. It's the quad for Lockett currently. Sharky has been dropped. The diffuser is going out. Drifts is the only one left here on this mute. We could see a potential ace coming out. The reload, unfortunately, does mean that Lockett won't be able to secure the ace, but the refrag instantly coming out from Monarch. Baby Goof will pick up that one, and they secure themselves the map.
And that was 5 rounds in a row won by Monarch, and fantastic job to clutch it back out. They went into the second half of the map with a 2-round deficit, but a fantastic job to win it. Baby Goof, a well-deserved MVP. We see he got 18 kills. Oh, that's unbelievable.
What a monster performance out of Monarch there. 5 straight rounds in a row to close things out. Considering they were down 6-2 at one point, to draw it back to that point is a momentous effort. They will secure themselves their map pick. Going into the second one, it will be Consulate, where they are going to be attacking again. I mean, Sam, that is such dedication. That is such raw grit coming out of Monarch, despite finding themselves down so far. Being able to claw that back says a lot for the team.
Yep, and if I were Mentos, I would be kicking myself at that point for losing. They only needed one more round to get that map. But as it is, we will be cutting away to an ad break. So stick with us, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back for the second map of this series between Monarch and Mentos for the AEC Rainbow Six Minor League. I am BluePanda, still joined again by Sam Tom. How are we doing, Sam, after that action-packed first game?
I am hyped up and ready to see what can be done about Mentos in this coming map on Consulate. They were very strong those first 4 rounds in defense, but just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, I mean, the stalwart determination of Monarch to claw things back. 5 straight rounds in a row to finish things off. We will be heading to Mentos' map pick, which is going to be Consulate. They are also defending first on this map as well, and we saw that both teams struggled incredibly on the attacking role. So we could see a very, very similar situation that we saw in the last one, but getting into the ban phase, I have to call it. It's going to be the Thatcher again. There's no way that it's going to be anything else.
Well, we did see the Nomad last time. However, it is the Thatcher once again. The Mentos clearly just don't want to deal with the oldest member of the SAS.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple other bands you could take here. Possibly the likes of Jack or the likes of Maverick. Try and deny any hard breach potential. It's going to be the Blackbeard, so not wanting to risk it playing around these windows. There's so many of them as well. So a pretty smart ban. It's not the most traditional one, but I can understand why it has been taken away by Monarch here, not wanting to battle into that. So we are going to come to the defense bands. Mira is a pretty standard one. Echo, another. That's what I'm predicting, at least, Sam.
Yep, possibly even Maestro, but it will be the Mira again. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. That was Monarch's pick once again to ban the Mira. And a quick one from Mentos, and they will choose the Pulse once again. How interesting.
Well, I mean, on a map like Consulate, there is so much vertical play as well. There's so many different positions to play around. So it's going to be Pulse taken away here as we are going to be getting into the first round. Mentos on defense, Monarch on attack. 5 straight rounds in a row for Monarch currently. I wonder if they'd be able to continue that momentum going with this, but the Nomad is available, so Carney will be picking that one up. We're heading straight to Console Meeting Room for our first round. Sam, what are you expecting?
Well, Consult Meeting Room is a very strong site for the defenders, and especially with that Maestro, it's a lot of intel available. Interesting that they haven't bought the Echo, however. Scuba choosing to pick to the Valkyrie, bring up more of that intel.
Yeah, I mean, as much information as you can possibly gather. It is also the information denial for the Mozzie as well. Having those pests available means that you can steal drones and just turn it on the attackers here. Got the Nomad, so they're looking to deal with some of that roam threat of the Jaeger and the Mozzie, not wanting to have to play into that too much. Sharky playing on the smoke, so they're going to be getting themselves set up here. Lot of choke points where drones are just going to have to push through for them to get information, and that is going to be denied quite easily by that Mozzie pick.
Yep, and it's interesting. We saw last time Consulate being played that it was a lobby PRS room defense first off, which is an interesting side. But it will be Mentos opting for a slightly more traditional pick and a traditional setup once again. Sharky is on the smoke. He's got that M90A1, that big old shotgun that's so often used to destroy the site.
Yeah, it's a big gun for a big man, opening up some of those rotates hole. It will be Spicy playing in circle stairs, just holding below statue there, looking for some of those cheeky angles on onto the windows, waiting for the rappel to be coming out there. Sledge is going to be opening up windows again, looking for information, throwing those drones in, and these Valt cams are going to be going big for Scuba right now, as it will be Lockett halfway up the building, spraying through some of these windows, and by Meeting Room as well on the backside of the building. And again, it's those windows being held here. Spicy might have scattered out something. No, it's just going to be Skits dropping back down again, not going to be able to find anything at all, and a bit tentative at the moment for both teams.
Yep, and we see now why Blackbeard was banned. He's just so hard to deal with on the windows, and especially on a map like Consulate where you have to hold the site from above most times. You really don't want to be dealing with a Blackbeard. We see Skits there playing on the rappel, looking for a pick onto admin office. Visa office. He won't find one and instead chooses to repellent admin office. Lockett looking for a pick on the piano balcony. He's not going to get one either. And Monarch are taking this very slow, very passive as things go.
Just holding this position. They are pushing into the office though. So going to be looking to get themselves in on the second floor, denying some cameras. The C4 coming out from Spicy. We'll find the first frag of the round. That's the Hibana gone now. Did get those X-Kairos out, so we'll be able to set up some lines of sight for the attackers here, as that Black Eye was found out. The upside down rappel coming out from Lockett on piano balcony. It's going to be looking to open up some of these windows and find some frags into that room there. It's Carney finding one. It will be Scuba dropped there with that pretty solid gun. The AR out of Nomad does pump out a decent chunky damage. Is the one that's traditionally opted for, and they have a bit of outside control. And onto this bomb site, Spicy finds one with the Mozzie. That's Carney gone. Double kill for him currently. Playing in circle stairs, Lockett will frag out Sharky. So that's the smoke gone. That entry denial not going to be available for this Mentos side to look to delay things out a little bit. It will be Drift holding below Skylight by the stairs with that Elder. Great Mate does finish off that drone. As the frag is going to go deep. Not going to land onto anyone. It's not going to be able to find anything off the back of that. 36 seconds left in the round. Spicy holding still on the stairway. Trying to find the flank if one of the attackers does push through. And it's definitely a slow play. Looking to play through the stairs is Great Mate. Not going to be able to find much. It gets on the receiving end there as it would be that aggressive push in from the Sledge. Is going to find the frag on a Great Mate. Double kill there for him. Swing wide. Is going to be able to take out the kill on a Great Mate as Lockett is fragged out by Drifts as well. So 2 vs 1. The diffuser has been put down. Crixus, the committed defuse man, does get in and do his job. Drift's finding a double kill currently. Crixus is dropped there, so it's all up to Skits. Incredibly low right now. Does have a pretty meaty gun, so is going to be able to pump out a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, not be able to find the frag on Spicy. It's Drift, so he's committed to the defuse. Skits hasn't realized he's rotating in. He does at the last second. Will delay that. It is going to be, unfortunately, the round going in favor of Mentos as Spicy cleans things up. Skits almost clutching that out for Monarch.
Great play there, and Skits just a bit unlucky, not able to clutch it out, but saving that first counter defuse by literal milliseconds. iDrift's on it is, just a bit unlucky there, but all in all, a great round. And once again, we see Spicy. He's so dominant. He's such a frag-heavy operator, but he still plays those that support sort of role, that utility role. He plays Bandit, he plays Mozzie. Now, apparently, he plays Valkyrie as well.
Yeah, he's that impact fragger on the defense, despite playing that utility transition role. Will just, dump what he needs to in on the site in the positions that he needs to, and then just goes off on his own, finds frags left, right, and center. It will be the Bandit switch out at the last second for the Cade in the hands of Scuba this time. So it'll be interesting to see how they play around this. We are heading downstairs to Garage Cafeteria. This can be an interesting bomb site to hold for the defense. Is the vertical play, which you have to worry about from above in Piano Room. There's also that push onto the main garage wall as well as yellow stairs. So there's any number of angles that can be used to absolutely punish this defense side. But, I mean, what kind of hold would you play if you were the defense here? Team Mentos, Sam, would you go for the standard play that we have seen out of them, that 3-2 split from below and above, or would you just go for the default?
I think the default, as you've so often said, BluePanda, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that's a prime example of it here. Most of the time you can hold default plan, Scuba, and he's got those 2 Kaid claws that can get hatches, and they can get 3 walls each. I think just stick with your chances and have some competent roamers, as Mentos have done.
Yeah, and it will be the action phase starting up again. And it's going to be that vertical play as well. They're looking to set up themselves up and onto this first floor, holding some of those windows, looking for the angles. And Crixus down, holding outside garage door. Try and find some sort of egress to try and open up that main garage wall. The Valkyrie, very, very far from her team at the moment, is going to be in a position to probably find some frags here. Is Lockett going to be jumping in on the IQ? Droned out the Jaeger, their great mate. Just going to be able to get away without any punishment whatsoever. Spray is a little rough if you don't know exactly where they are. Looking for the angle, goes to the lead, might be able to find something here. It will be great mate. And Spicy holding themselves upstairs to rotate through to that kitchen area. And we might be able to find something. Spicy just opening up a small bullet hole. They know that Lockett is there, and they're looking to punish it.
Yep, we see Spicy. He gets droned out, peeking down long hole, and a bit of a difficult fight to play with that MPX. It's traditionally one of the weaker ones. Sees the hitbox of the Hibana, though. Sorry, that's the IQ of Lockett. He's not going to be able to find the pick, though, and instead chooses to back off. He knows that his friend, the great mate Jake, is sat at the bottom of yellow stairs looking for the pick, and a lot of time has once again been wasted by Mentos. This has proven to be the downfall in the past of Monarch, and it might prove to be the downfall again, but it will be Baby Goof continuing to get frags, taking out YM Sharky. That's the mute down, that's a Nitro gone, and Spicy also taken down to half health. Lockett very aggressive, picking up into admin, the shot, the return onto Spicy. 5v3. Still a minute left. Great Mate Jake has rotated down now to Spiral, and most of the vertical play has been lost by Mentos.
Yeah, it's a much better initial push out of this Monarch side. Drifts, though, will frag out Crixus, the dedicated bomb carrier, and the Thermite as well, so that hard breach is going to be that much harder. They've got Hibana still, but Thermite with the extra thermic charges, a pretty much guaranteed thing, as they are going to look to start opening up the roof here in Garage. The C4 coming out, Skits will find the frag on a Great Mate. Drifts will refrag out, finds 2. Baby Goofed, and Skits has been taken out here. Carney finding the quick refrag there, 2 versus 1. It's all up to Scuba on that Cade, looking to do what he can. The drones are still available, though, for Monarch, so they're going to be looking to set up and find some sort of angle here as he is going to push into that garage position. The wall is open and looking for that push behind White Van. I don't think they've quite realized he's there. It's going to be prone Lockett hiding, well, not hiding, just prone outside the door, looking for anything that he can find. Spray coming out, he swings wide, not going to be able to connect there. Lockett spraying, gets down. Scuba doing big work right now. 10 seconds left in the round. The diffuser is outside, having to push through barbed wire and everything. 5 seconds left in the round. Scuba has to just hold in a favorable position, but no, he peaks, and Carney will take it out, taking it to 1-for-1. And going into the third round, all he had to do was head outside and delay things.
Yeah, those two Moroccan operators facing off against each other, and it will be Carney getting the win. And I think the Mentos could have done a bit of a better job there. They had it basically in their hands, but those small little misplays throughout the round just sort of combined together a snowball effect, if you will, if you can imagine a snowball coming down a snowy mountain. It just gets bigger and bigger with each small thing that's added. And I think that's what's happened to Mentos here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough spot to find yourself in, especially with the Kate. He almost had it there. Looking onto his fellow operator, actually, in Nomad, wasn't able to bring it out. But 1-to-1 going into round 3, we're going to be heading to lobby press room as well. This is a site which can be very, very hard to hold for defenders, especially if the attackers can get that diffuser planted and then just play from the outside. It's incredibly hard to retake in some situations.
Yep, this is almost like the custom site on board. It's such a versatile one. It can be from above, it can be attacked from the south side, the west side, the north side, any which way in the attackers decide. But they will have to deal with Mentos playing upstairs. It's a very heavy hold by all accounts. We see the Evil Eye goes down as a long haul. That will be crucial in maintaining control over the north side of the map. ADS is coming out, and definitely it will be Mentos committing to holding upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, they do like their vertical play, this Mentos side. Scuba playing the dock, maybe looking for some sort of cheeky play in and around that ACOG, which can be rather scary to play into, especially if you don't read it initially. And it will be, once again, Drifts and Sharky playing that hard anchor roll down in on these bomb sites. It's where they have been playing all night so far, and it has worked quite well for them.
Yep, Lockett, he has proven himself to be a force to be. Q, interestingly, bringing the GA. Personally, it's my pick in terms of weaponry for IQ, but she does have 3 great automatic options. Carney, once again, on his Nomad, looking for those picks. He's not going to find anybody, however. And Monarch, again, definitely being a bit less aggressive than they have shown themselves to be in the past.
Yeah, Mentos once again getting control of those offices. It's been their playstyle so far on Consulate. Get that early control on the top floor. They know that there is pressure here from the defenders up on the second floor as well. They're looking to play that vertical game. They've spotted out the Evil Eye. They're looking to find something in that stairwell. They think that maybe there is a defender sitting there. It's not going to be the case. Grey Mate will open things up with the Jaeger, as he does take down Baby Goof. Lockett will refag onto Spicy. That is the Mozzie now gone, so no drone threat. Sees the head. Unfortunately, Scuba is not able to connect. Lockett taking a bit of damage from the Evil Eye, and Scuba with the MP5 as well. Being pushed back just a little bit on the second floor. Great Mate swinging, looking for that frag. Not going to be able to find it, as Skits does walk in, take off his head. 4-3 in favour of Monarch. They're looking a little bit better in this round. Does find a second onto Scuba as well. It's up to Drifts and Sharky, those anchor players, to hold down this bomb site. 1:20 left in this mound. And I mean, the roofs are being opened up. Sharky with the shotgun, a little bit ambitious. Concussion guys go out and hit him there, so he is going to be looking a little bit dizzy. But it's definitely coming down to the wire as he just runs through that hatch down into the basement, looking to come up from below. Coming up by circle stairs from the basement as well. Might look for that rotate. Nomad is above. They might meet somewhere halfway up the stairs. In the final minute, things are being delayed. Lockett finds a frag onto Drift, so it is all up to the man Sharky right now with that SMG-11 in hand. He's playing the smoke though, so has the poison gas grenades to delay things out a little bit more if he needs to. There's external pressure coming out from Crickets. They're dumping utility into this first floor to try and gain themselves position. They haven't realized there is spray coming out from the SMG-11. That's Crixus down. He's got the diffuser. Poison gas is being dropped here. 30 seconds left in the round. He may have done this. The hatch drop is going to be coming out from the attackers. They're looking to flush him out from this basement position. And again, the diffuser has been picked up by Skits. He's looking for that play. Sharky is holding on yellow stairs. Knows there's someone in and around cafeteria. It is going to be Carney holding it by that locker area. Again, swinging wide, peeking into cafeteria as well. Sharky looking to push up the stairs. Spray coming out. He's on yellow. He's looking to try and find any favorable position. The air jab does land, knocking him prone. They heard it. Lockett knows where his spray coming out with that G8. Holding the stairs at the bottom is going to be Sharky, but Carney cleans him up. Monarch winning their second round on Consulate.
Yeah, and I think Sharky just got a bit unlucky there. We saw he turned away at just the wrong moment to get that pick off onto Carney, but it will be Monarch taking out that round. And once again, it seems like the map picks aren't quite as strong for this particular matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, it was Mentos looking dominant on Monarch's pick, and now, I mean, it's not necessarily a dominant performance out of Monarch, but they have already taken the lead this Consulate map. We are going to be heading back downstairs to Cafeteria Garage, the map which they did lose, unfortunately, because they weren't able to position themselves to delay the time enough, but it's a different setup, just a little bit. They've got the Maestro, they've got the Valkyrie again. Sharky and Drifts have been playing this anchor position incredibly well. Unfortunately, because their teammates have been dropping so early up on that first or second floor, depending on where they're holding, they are getting overwhelmed in these positions and not able to contribute nearly as much as they would have liked.
Yep, and so they choose again to return downstairs. But Spicy on the Valkyrie this time might be able to do a bit more in terms of applying a bit more pressure from up top. He was playing alongside, I believe it was, the great mate Jake on Jaeger last time. They played this objective up in the admin office and weren't able to do much in way of taking out the attacking players. So hopefully this round they will be able to do a bit more.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup for sure out of these Mentos boys. You got the two anchors in YM Sharky and iDrifts. And then you've got the roaming trio of Spicy, Scuba, and Great Mate who do opt to hold on either that second or first floor, depending on where the bomb site is, obviously. It's not necessarily the most effective or efficient style of play, but they are finding frags. The issue comes in when they do get overwhelmed because, Monarch are committing their entire team to that floor, and they do get swept out, and from there they lose the round. So maybe they need to switch things up just a little bit, as they have found that drone. Great Mate is holding this tight bullet hole as the spray is going literally inches above his head through that soft wall. Spray going out, Locket looking for something with that G8. So much ammo in that gun to just continuously throw bullets in the direction of these soft walls, clearing out positions if they can. It's going to be the retreat here, though. Great Mate and Spicy looking to play back down on this first floor, not willing to commit as much as they have previously.
Yep, they've recognized that they cannot hold the top floor anymore, and so they've done the smart thing and retreated backwards. It's not a cowardly run, it is a tactical retreat, as the saying goes. But anyway, it will be all of the top half of the map now, including that first floor, in control of Monarch. Once again, we see that Sophia of Skits peeking through the hatch. He's been so effective so far. He's already got 4 kills and we're just 4 rounds in. Droning out, however, still making sure that there are no roamers, but it will be the Jaeger of the great mate Jake. He's holed up in that little bathroom. Drone comes in and he does get shot. Rotating through though, Locket looking to contest with that ACOG. Peeking, just missing each other. Sprays coming out from both sides, not going to find the impact. Great mate looks to get one but won't find it. Skits gets the shot off.
Yeah, just desperately trying to hold those tight angles, committing so much ammo that he had to switch out onto the pistol. It will be the Bandit batteries being destroyed there as they pressure down onto yellow stairs. So they have the aggressive position. Crixus just doing his due duty, waiting outside as Sharky will find himself the second kill of the game on Akani. Gets refragged out instantly by Skits, who's now sitting on a double. Has control over this garage area. The C4 coming up from Scuba will take down Baby Goof. The defuser is going out, though. They have control of garage. The swing from Skits will find Scuba. Triple for him in this round. Will also get himself the camera. Spicy looking for something coming in from Locket. Locket will take him out. That G8 coming in big. It will be Drifts getting the down onto Skits, though. That will be Zofia on the ground, unable to contest anything. Drifts rotating in onto the bomb site, looking for something. Has teammates droning out the attackers with the cameras. Switches out to the pistol. The Bailiff not even going to get a shot off, as Locket will clean that one up. And Monarch go up 3-1.
Yeah, Mentos seem to have lost all sense of real sort of skill and game sense. I'm not sure what the great mate Jake was looking to intend. He could have held bathroom for a bit longer, even though he was getting pinched from both sides. He instead tried to rush with his pistol, which when you're facing up against IQ with that massive LMG, really not a thing that you want to be doing, especially when that timer is continuing to be run down. But Mentos seem to think that they can hold Garage once again as they return down there.
They're going to commit. They're going to switch out the Valkyrie, though. Spicy will be playing the Vigil. And I mean, he's living up to his name. He's looking for something a little bit cheekier. He's been playing that roam so committedly. So why not make it that much harder to find you? So he's going to be committing onto the Vigil. Instead of the Bandit, they're going to opt into the Cave this time. The Electro Claw is just a little bit more reliable in holding those garage doors. And I mean, it's been a bit rough for them. We're almost seeing a mirror matchup from the last one. It was Mentos who were in this position on Monarch's map. Now we find Monarch in the same position, but on Mentos's map. So, I mean, if history does repeat itself, we're going to see Monarch go up 4-2, going into the half, and then just lose in overtime, going down 8-6. But, I mean, they're getting themselves prepped. Again, they're going for that split hold. It will be spicy, potentially looking to hold from this main lobby. No, he's just going to back off, look for some sort of cheeky angle. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does definitely live up to his name in this round. The action phase is going to be getting underway. We might see a spawn peak coming out as spicy as that SMG. Looking for something, does scout out one, not going to be able to land anything there, as unfortunately my co-caster is just going to get... you're back, Sam. All right. And unfortunately his computer has decided to whoop it, so he'll be back in momentarily. It is going to be carrying on to this round. First 30 seconds have already been burnt through. Spicy looking for some sort of roam or flank onto the attackers who are going to be trying to set themselves up to get into the building and press something. Spicy knows there's someone outside this window, is going to be activating his cloak there, not going to be seen at all. So just going to play off a bit. Crixus is going to be the one spraying through the windows. It could be quite an easy frag for Spicy if he does come in. He's going to be heading up downstairs onto that first floor once again. Lockett will open things up. He finds Spicy with the rappel on that window. The Vigil is now gone. That roam threat completely denied, not utilized whatsoever. The breach charges are now coming out, opening up the roof on this first floor. It's going to be the Mute holding from bathrooms. Great Mate Jake is taking a huge amount of damage. C4 goes out. Not going to land on anyone. He's being pinched on by 3 members of Monarch here. Goof will be the one picking up. Carney follows closely behind with a kill onto Sharky. They're going to open up that bathroom hatch with the ex-Kairos. Carney finds a double in this round. Scuba and Skits will clean it up. Flawless round for Monarch. They have found their steam and they are just running over Mentos right now. That is so rough.
Yes, indeed it was. We see another standout performance from Carney and Skits there. They've just been so influential, and you'd hope by now that Mentos have recognized that they're not going to be able to hold on to that basement objective quite as well as they hoped, especially on their map pick, which is the most interesting part of all of this.
Yeah, and we will be seeing a return to console office and meeting room in the final round of the first half. I mean, it's almost round for round a repeat of what we saw in the last one, but it's Monarch who are in control right now.
Yep, it is the first round of this half, however. The last round of this first half. And so after this, Mentos will have a chance to claw back a victory if they want to stay in this series. But as it is, Monarch are still 3 rounds up, giving them that advantage. But we see a pretty standard operator selection here from Mentos and also from Monarch once again. 2 hard breaches, however, both Crix and Baby Goofed. Baby Goofed, we've seen how effective he is with Hibana's Type 89, and Crix is obviously, as Panda said, the dedicated plant man.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no frags in this map, unfortunately, but I mean, he has been rather consistent getting the diffuser down when his team needs him to. He's stuck it, he's committed to it, and he is playing that role incredibly well so far. We are getting into the action phase. Lockett and Skits coming up big so far. 8 kills apiece in round. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just take it that little bit further.
Yeah, so it begins the action phase. Lockett, instead of choosing to go for admin straight off, as we have seen him done, will whip out the IQ scanner, the red Mark III Spectre that is, peeking through the window and looking for those ADSs, those Valkyrie cams, those pests, those evil eyes even. There is a lot on the part of Mentos that can be found by the IQ. That is why she is such a valuable pick. But as it is, she will not be able to find anyone. Baby Goofed, again, playing similarly as we have seen him play in previous rounds, repelling on to that wall there. X-Kairos going out. That's his first of 3 available. Spicy, however, with a captured drone, knows that he's there, knows that the wall's being opened up. So that is big on the part of Mentos. He might actually go for a nitro cell here. As you see, it goes out. Choosing not to detonate it, however.
Yeah, he's looking for that delayed hold of the Nitro Cell. Unfortunately, with a ceiling that high, there's no one who can get that. Least of all, Mozzie, who is notoriously short. So he's just going to be delaying things out a little bit. First minute of the round is over. He's holding this tight angle, looks for the spray, not going to be able to connect onto the Hibana. So just sitting in those teller windows, not going to be able to find much. Pushing in, does get caught out on the reload. Baby Goof will find the first frag of the round on a Spicy, one of the primary fraggers of this Mentos side. So I wouldn't be surprised at this point if it is just going to crumble the way we have seen Mentos defenses do, because at this point Spicy is the one that opens up the frags and sets them in a position where they can take out this round. Skits will find another. That is Drift's gone now. No more Maestro available. Scuba waiting for the rotate from Goof. We'll find that Skits finds himself a second onto Great Mate Jake, so no more Jaeger. The upside down repel in through the window is a bit disconcerting. Does a bit of a backflip. Lockett finds the kill onto Sharky. And it's a 4-1 currently. Scuba with everything to do in this round. Playing from below. Has the Nitro Cell. His teammates are providing such vital information. Doesn't quite know where to throw the Nitro Cell. Knows that there's 3 attackers up the Nitro Cell going up. Will detonate it. Not going to be able to find anything but the down on Carney. So not the result he was hoping for. Teammates are still there, so we'll get the pickup. Scoop will rotate up through the stairs, finds the spray, not going to be able to find the kill though, as Skits securing yet another kill for himself as they go into the second half, up 5-1 for Team Monarch.
Yeah, Mentos just not able to hold on any longer, just continually losing those fights. That early pick onto Spicy by Goofed really was what set up that cascade of, I guess you could say, a series of unfortunate events. But it will be Mentos on attack this time, giving them a chance to rebound and come back. And with that Thatcher band, they have chosen to bring the Maverick instead alongside Thermite, Ash, Hibana, and Sledge. So no Buck, which is interesting, especially with the objective being on the top floor. But Great Matt Jake will sixth pick out to the IQ.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a key operator in some of these matches. Being able to find where the gadgets are, where the mutes are, where the battery bandits are as well, are so impactful and so pivotal in turning these rounds around, in all honesty. But yeah, the Maverick is going to be coming in clutch, although realistically, up on this bomb site, there's only so much that can be achieved with the Maverick. He does work just that little bit better down into Garage. The setup is coming out from Team Monarch here, and again, it's that mirror matchup of the last one. We saw both teams struggle incredibly on their attack rounds and thrive on defense. This time we've seen Monarch go up 5-1 from that attack position on their opponent's map. I wonder if we're going to see the same out of Mentos, as it will be the Valkyrie cams coming out for Carney. Lockett on the Mozzie, 9-3-2. Skits, 11-2-2 on the Jaeger. The man has put in a massive effort so far.
Yep, you see he's waiting to get that black eye out. And even though Great Matt Jaeger is on the IQ, he's still going to have some sort of idea as to where that camera could be. Throws one outside, I think. Yeah, going for a second one. And Valkyrie is one of those operators where, when the attackers are going to play on the windows, you want those Valkyrie cameras outside. Lockett, just like his counterpart Spicy, also on the Mozzie, but in this time he gets the Nitro Cell kill onto Sharky. That's the Thermite gone right off the bat, and a great pick there for Monarch.
Yeah, a hugely impactful pick as well, because that is the Thermite now gone for Mentos. That hard breach potential is going to be all up to Scuba, and drifts with the Maverick, and there's only so much that can be achieved with the Maverick. Great Mate Jake playing the IQ, trying to figure out what is waiting for them on the other side of this window as well in Office. They have delayed things up a little bit with that initial Nitro Cell kill. Lockett stalling out and probably just dissuading Mentos from being as aggressive as they potentially want to be up on the second floor.
Yep, Spicy holding that tight angle, even with the lack of the ACOG on the R4C. If you push your nose against the screen, you can still sort of get the same 2.5 times zoom effect. But still, he will not be able to find anybody there. So decides, yep, I'll push from a different position, but it will be Scuba shutting down Skits' run out. That will be the first pick from Mentos on this attacking side now, and a good one for them. Skits has been so crucial in terms of Monarch success so far. We will see if they can hold their own without him. And so far, we're halfway into the round. Nitro Cell from Kani will not find anybody, and he will still choose to play below. Spicy using those chrome rounds to pick out some of the utility. Once again, not finding anybody.
Yeah, and it's definitely Monarch looking to, apply that chokehold onto Mentos here, applying the pressure, increasing the heat as Trixus with the third Nitro Cell of the round. Again, not going to be able to find anyone. Only the first one was able to find much, as they are pushing in onto the second floor as well. Spicy with the Ash swinging wide, looking into that meeting room. Will find the head of Goof. The SMG in 11 coming up quite small as Locket finds 2. They do clean things up. Scuba with a double kill, going big on that on the Hibana there. Locket did a big job as well of evening things up. Gets fragged out. It's a 1v1 currently. The defuser is on site. Looking with the spray is Scuba on the Hibana. Carney has taken a bit of damage, but they're both sitting reasonably even. It is all down to this 5-1 currently in favor of Monarch. 30 seconds left in the round. It will be Carney playing on those yellow stairs, looking to rotate down all the way through base. Maybe going for the long rotate as the diffuser is being committed here by Scuba. Putting it down, he has control. 20 seconds left of the round, but that will be extended by the defuse. And it's Carney not quite sure where to play from, as he is going for the long rotate into lobby, trying to play from below officers. But I mean, this is the wrong position to be in. There's also a castle door there. So this could be hugely detrimental for Monarch right now. They had control over that round. They had a quick series of frags going either way. Does mean that we find ourselves in a 1v1, and Scuba has the favorable position, holding that tight angle on the right of that doorway. It will be Carney peeking out through the doorway. He does not find it. Mentos will bring it back 5-2 as we go into the 8th round. And I mean, that was anyone's game at that point. Unfortunately, Carney, just unfavorable position means it's so hard for them to bring it back.
Yeah, I think we've all been in those situations where if you aim just the tiniest little bit higher, you might have won. As Baby Goof says in the chat, speaking truths, it was indeed close. And once again, we see a trade which leads to an outcome in favor of Mentos. So it will be 5-2 in favor of Team Monarch still, as they choose to keep going upstairs. Slight change in operator loadouts, however. Crixus choosing to be on a Legion this time, which is interesting, of course.
It's going to be switched out at the last second to the air. Be looking to deny that. With the Yokai drone, if possible, looking at frags, a huge number in the favor of Monarch right now. No one even close to double digits on this Mentos site, despite bringing it back in the last one. And that could be the momentum they need. We've seen this position before, Sam. It was Monarch bringing it back 5 straight rounds in a row to take it in overtime. Could Mentos do the same here?
Oh, it is always a possibility. Now, I was quite surprised they're looking at the scoreboard. Poor Baby Goof hasn't had much opportunity to do be quite as influential as he was on Border. We saw he was top of the leaderboard and well deserved. He got a massive amount of frags, but so far he's just chilling.
Yeah, he's taking it slow, taking it easy, just doing what he needs to help the team out here. After all, it is a team game. Again, Crixus in a position where he has yet to get a single frag. Heavy committing to that support role that we have seen him play up until now. The committed bomb diffuse planter for his team on attack. Now playing the cams with the Echo and the Yokai drone as well. Sprays coming out under these windows from below. We might see a peek out here. Spray going out. Does get the down onto Great Mate. That is the IQ down. Finishing off that kill. Locket getting themselves an influential pick in that round. Rips the C4. Going to throw it towards the window. Is going to pull it, but not going to be able to find anything off the back of it. Is potentially going to set up here. Maybe look for the head of a repeller if they do opt into that situation, but it's not going to be the case. He's just going to hold that. Spicy, not willing to commit. He should show his head at this point. And I don't blame him, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we see that pest placed by Locket there will do a lot to capture and or deny the intel on the part of Spicy. Working through a barricade, it will just get taken out. Spicy choosing to spray through, once again not finding it. However, iDrift's on has been down from somewhere, not sure where, but either way he will be res, but be on low health nonetheless, only 25. And so far, Mentos struggling to really take control of admin. Jumping out, however, will be Skits, but he's taken out straight away by the upside down repelling Spicy, and it is back to evens, 4v4. So far, Locket still looking to hold admin office. He's got a friend in Baby Goof over by the other window, still protected by that pest in terms of drones. Locket, however, fending off 3 repelling operators. Frags coming in, perfectly cooked, but will not get him. Only takes about 10 HP off. Second grenade also coming in from iDrift's on, will not find anything. But, however, Baby Goof will find Spicy. Scuba pushing up will get the trade onto Locket. However, 3v3 still. Baby Goof holding angles, peeking will be Scuba, not going to expecting that, but not being able to get the kill either. Baby Goof with his second onto Scuba. However, Sharky gets onto Carney, and Carney gets onto Sharky. And yet another trade. Impact from Goof comes out, but he doesn't expect Idrifts to actually be there as he gets the pick onto Baby Goof, and it is Crixus left all alone, but he does have his 2 yokai drones left, and there is still a lot of time left. Even though Idrifts is on low HP, he's actually off site. He's down below on the stairs, and whether or not Idrifts will recognize that, as he is actually just choosing to drone on the site, is not known. But those yokai drones come in clutch once the timer runs down, so Idrifts will have to work quite hard to clutch this out, as Crixus does have the upper hand, both in terms of HP and intel. Plant goes down in the corner, yokai drone coming out. Quick deny there, as Idrifts looks to stick it again. Crixus bringing the yokai drone in, doesn't get it off in time. The plant goes down, and even though Idrifts is so low, peeking will be Crixus, and he gets the shot off onto Idrifts, and that was another stellar round from Monarch.
Yeah, not only that, but Crixus gets himself on the board as he finds himself his first frag on Consulate, puts his team up 6-2. We have been here before, Sam. 6-2 in favour of Mentos, and then they lose 5 rounds in a row for Monarch to take it on border. Will we see Mentos do the same going into round 9? It was a rough round for them there. They almost had it, but unfortunately, Crixus came in big on the Echo. We're going to be heading downstairs for the first time to Cafeteria Garage. Will their setup be enough to bring it back? 5 rounds in a row is a monumental ask, especially when there's only one round that Monarch needs to take this one out.
Yep, as we see Carney on that Muzzy this time instead of Locket instead choosing to go for the Jaeger. It's a bit of a switch up in the operator selection on the part of Team Monarch. Baby Goofed, we've said it before, I will say it again, he's proven himself just to be a real sort of mixed bag. He's fragging out, but he's also playing that utility operator, and Crixus this time on the Kaid, and Skits choosing a chunky 3 armor as opposed to his favored roamers.
Yeah, and they're going to be in themselves in a great position here. They've got the Mute Mozzie combo, so any drones that are going to be coming in will be mocked up time and time again. So there's going to have to commit a lot of utility to try and get any information in onto these bomb sites downstairs. Baby Goofed, he's trying something cheeky here. It looks like he's trying to set up a mute jammer on top of the shelves. He's not going to get it. He's going to get frustrated. Shoot the vending machine. Don't shoot the vending machine. It gives us tasty, tasty drink. And you're not getting one now.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to get a mute jammer up there. I believe it can block one of the drone entries from the main lobby. Yeah, right about there. Thank you very much, Snook. But Mentos will have to attack, but without a buck again, or even a sledge this time. They'll just have to rely on Spicy, and I presume breaches on the part of the great mate Jake, who's proven himself to be a great mate so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Maverick there, so they can Maverick trick this garage door if they want to. It will be a hard ask, as we might see a bit of Cade tricking, coming out here, as it will be a bit of a slow play. The burn coming through. Locket opens things up with a frag onto Spicy. That is the Ash down, so no soft breach going to be available, as they didn't opt into anything else. The exothermic charge is there, and it's just the Cade tricks coming out. The frag grenade being primed here by Drifts will just pull it back. They try to commit the flash to burn through any form of ADS or anything on the other side to burn through that utility. And that's rough. They lose the initial frag. The Decayed Electro Claw will be going out onto the right side wall as well. They do what they can. Unfortunately, yeah, they do land it, as another Electro Claw is going to be going out. The exothermic charge is going to be committed though, and oh no, just at the last second, the timing there in favor of Crixus. It was a hair away from going off, so they have to do something else a little bit different here. They've got the Maverick, so they might be able to set it up and push through and burn it away. I'm surprised they haven't committed Great Mate over that side as well to help commit to that push into Garage. It's going to be the hold from Lobby. Locket is going to find the head of Great Mate, so no IQ left. 5-3. Map point for Monarch as well on Mentos's map. It's all up to Scuba, Drifts, and Sharky here. Bring this one back, and I don't think they've quite got what it takes. They've got the Maverick to burn through those walls into Garage if they want to, but It's going to be a hard ask for sure. Sharky pushing down on the yellow stairs, looking to try and destroy the barbed wire as Drifts has been found as well. That's the Maverick gone double for Lockett currently. He finds the drone in the body as well. Sharky rotating in from behind. Might be able to find a frag for his team in this round. Just can push it back as the camera was there, so they know where he is. They are pinching in onto him. Lockett just holding that tight angle by the window as he has rotated back around. And it's not necessarily a slow round, as there has been a number of frags, but it's a very stuttery round out of Mentos currently.
Yep, Sharky is still upstairs, and he might eventually have to contest, but it won't matter. A flawless round there as Baby Goof gets the shotgun onto Scuba and Carney, peeking over the railings, and wins it for his team. So that is 2-0 for Monarch, and an absolutely brilliant performance on what was not their map.
Yeah, I mean, cleaning things out in style. What better way to end things than with a flawless round? The first map was heavily contested, going the full distance of overtime, 8-6 in favour of Monarch. They clawed it back with 5 straight rounds in a row. Second round, much more commanding. They got themselves warmed up. 7-2 on Consulate, which was Mentos' pick. And you look at the scoreboard, Lockett coming in big again, 17-3-4. Skits, 11-3-4. Carney, 8-3-4. They put it in monumental efforts for their team, and that is exactly why they were able to secure this win. But in saying that, we do have one more series tonight, Sam. It is going to be Skyfire versus Plague to round things out. So don't go anywhere, guys. We will take a short break, get that all set up. So make sure you go grab yourselves a drink, go to the bathroom if you need to, and we'll be right back.